Very good morning, children. Children, today we'll discuss next topic, that is very important topic, and which is significant figures. So let us see about the significant figures. The reported result of measurement is a number that includes all digits in the number that are known reliably plus the first digit that is uncertain. The reliable digits plus the first uncertain digits are known as significant digits or significant figure. Listen again, the reliable digits plus the first uncertain digits are known as significant figure. Like for example, the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is suppose 2.36 second. The digits 2 and 3 are reliable and certain. The digits in this 2.36, the digits 2 and 3 are certain, but the digit 6, while the digit 6 is uncertain. At the place of 6, it may be 5, or you may say maybe 7. Thus the measured value has 3 significant figure. So in this case, in the case 2.36, the measured value has 3 significant figure. One is 2, other one is 3, and last one is 6. So there are 2 certain digits and 1 uncertain digits. See next, the length of an object. This is the second example. The length of an object reported after measurements to be 287.5 centimeter. It has 4 significant figures. The digits 2, 8, 7 are certain, while the digits 5 is uncertain. At the place of 5, it may be 4 and may be 6. That is why the 5, or you may say the digit 5, is uncertain in the result 287.5 centimeter. Note: a choice of change of different units does not change the number of significant figure or figures in a measurements. For example, the length 1.205 centimeter, 0.01205, 12.05 millimeter, and 12,050 micrometer all have 4 significant figure. And what are the rules? How can we find out the significant figure? Let us see some very important rules. Rules for determining the number of significant figure. The first rule: all the non-zero digits are significant. Suppose 2.379, and you have been asked how many significant figures are there in 2.374. So in 2.374, the significant figure is 4. Now in second rule, all the zeros between 2 non-zero digits are significant, no matter where the decimal point is. If at all the zeros between 2 non-zero, suppose 205, 0 comes between 2 and 5, so 0 also included in significant figure. In 205 centimeter, the significant figure is 3. You have to count the 0. Why? Because 0 in 205, 0 comes between 2 and 5, which is non-zero. That is why the significant figure in case of 205 centimeter is 3. See the third rule: if the number is less than 1, the zeros on the right of decimal point but to the left of the first non-zero digits are not significant figure. Suppose there is a number which is less than 1. It means suppose there is a number, there is a decimal number, you may say 0.012. So how many significant figures are there in 0.012? So the answer will be only 2 significant figure. In 0.012 the significant figure is only 2, and in this case also see 0.01205. so this 0 we can't include in significant figure. So in this decimal number which is less than 1, this 0 cannot be counted as a significant figure. So how many significant figure will be there? In 0.01205 there are 4 significant figure. This 0 which comes between two non-zero number, that's why this 0 will be significant figure, but this 0 will not be a part of significant figure. So this is about third rule. See the fourth rule, the terminal or trailing 0 in a number without a decimal point are not 0. The terminal or trailing 0 in a number without a decimal point are not significant. Suppose 2300, in 2300 the significant figure is only 2. So see the fifth point, the trailing 0 in a number with a decimal point are 0. The trailing 0 in a decimal number is significant figure. Like for example 2.025. In 2.025 the 0 is also included in significant figure. So in 2.025 the total significant figures are how much? Very good, 4. Let us see scientific notation. Any given number can be written in the form of a into 10 raised to the power of something in many ways. Like for example 350 can be written as 3.0 into 10 raised to the power of 2, or 35 into 10 raised to the power of 1, or 350 into 10 raised to the power of 0. So every quantity can be expressed in the form of a into 10 raised to the power of b in many ways. See, a into 10 raised to the power of b means a times 10 raised to the power of b. This is how we can read a into 10 raised to the power of b. What does it means? It means a times 10 raised to the power of b, where the exponent b is an integer. It should not be negative value, it should always be positive. Is it? No, it may be positive, may be negative. Why? Because b is an integer, and the coefficient a is any real number called the significand or mantissa. The term mantissa is different from mantissa in common logarithm. So next, if a number is negative, then a minus sign precedes as in order decimal notation. In normalized significant notation, the exponent b is chosen such that the absolute value of a remains at least 1 but less than 10, that is a greater or equals to 1 or less than 10. For example, 350 is written as 3.5 into 10 raised to the power of 2. This is the standard form. How can we represent a given number into its standard form? This is the example, that is 350 can be written into its standard form, that is 3.5 into 10 raised to the power of 2. This form allows easy comparison of two numbers of the same sign in A, as the exponent B gives the number order of magnitude. Order of magnitude, let me say. So let us see rules for arithmetic operation with significant figure. In arithmetic operation, the final result should not have more significant figure than the original data from which it was obtained. Number 1, multiplication or division. The final result should remain as many significant figures as are there in the original number with the least significant figure. And in second point, addition or subtraction, the final result should remain as many decimal places as are there in the number with the least decimal place. Rounding off and the uncertain digits. Let us see how we can round off the uncertain digits. Rounding off a number means dropping off digits which are not significant. The following rules are followed for rounding off the numbers. Number 1, if the digits to be dropped are greater than 5, listen very carefully, if the digits to be dropped or greater than 5, then add one of the preceding significant figure. You all are doing, suppose there is a data 2.35, so 2.35 can be rounded off into 2.4. Suppose there is a number 2.33, so 2.33 cannot be rounded off to 2.4. You have to leave that 2.3. Got my point? Very good. If the digit to be dropped is less than 5, then it is dropped without bringing any change in the preceding significant figure. So that's what I told you. कोई डिजिट है, उसका अनसर्टेन वैल्यूज़ 5 है या 5 से ज़्यादा है, तो उसके प्रीवियस डिजिट्स में हम क्या करेंगे, वी हैव टू ऐड 1. वी हैव टू ऐड 1. Like for example 2.67 can be written as 2.7 only, and in the same way 2.64 can only be written as 2.6, not 2.7. Why? Because 4 is less than 5. In 2.64, 4 cannot be rounded off. Why? Because it is less than 5. That's what second point says. See the third, if the digits to be dropped is 5, then the preceding digit will be left unchanged if the preceding digit is even, and it will be increased by 1 if it is odd. In any involvement or complex multi-step calculation, one should retain in the intermediate step 1 digits more than the significant figures, and round off to proper significant figures at the end of the calculation. These all concept you have to apply while performing an experiment. So these all are about a significant figure. Once again you have to memorize all the rules with the help of example. It is already mentioned in your NCERT textbook. So from there write down all the formulas, all the rules related to finding the significant figure with suitable example. So now this is the time for today's home assignment. Today you are supposed to do these things. Number 1, definition of significant figure, rules for finding significant figure with suitable example. And the next one, rules for arithmetic operation with significant figure, rounding of the uncertain digits. So in this way this topic has been completed. Now in next class we will discuss next very important topic, that is dimensions of physical quantity. That is so important in this chapter, dear students. In chapter number 2, that is units and measurements, this topic is very important and you have to use this concept every time while taking the reading from the experiment, while calculating, while solving the numericals. You have to use dimensional concepts. This concept also used to check whether a given mathematical given expression is correct or not. We can check. Suppose you know first equation of motion v equals to u plus at. So this equation is either dimensionally correct or not. Second equation of motion you all are familiar, that is s is equals to ut plus half at square. Third equation of motion v square is equals to u square plus 2as. So these are, suppose time period of a pendulum capital T is equals to 2 pi root L upon G. These all are the expression which can be verified, which can be checked with the help of this concept. So we will discuss this in the next class. So thank you very much children, and God bless you all.